For the record books, the Broncos' 19-point comeback, their largest entering the fourth quarter since 1983 when a guy named John Elway was a rookie. Denver's 33 fourth quarter points are the most of a team that have been shut out through the first three quarters of any game in NFL history, and Bo Nix was the man down the stretch.
You win a game like that, it's like the best thing ever. My first time you sort of winning a game like that, so it was awesome. It was a great team win. Every side of the ball made a huge impact in the game at some point, and we just kept making plays and kept hope until the very end.
Oftentimes when you lose, there are a ton of good things that took place that you can build on, and then it's not unusual when you win that there are a ton of things that need cleaned up. So we're going to enjoy today, but tomorrow is not going to be as pleasant. And it can't be, or we're just fooling ourselves.
Gets back to Bo Nix, brought the Broncos all the way home on Sunday, but his fourth quarter performance was unmatched in NFL history. He's the first player ever to throw multiple touchdowns and rush for multiple touchdowns in any quarter of any game.
All right, Tim, so another week, another candidate for Game of the Year. What did you like from Bo Nix and the Broncos specifically, though, on that game-winning drive?
I think I just like the fact that Bo Nix just hung in there and kept playing, because really he was struggling for a full three quarters. You get into the final drive, though, you have less than a minute left. I actually think that he's trying to throw the in cut here to Sutton, but instead, Mims is able to get hold of it. But then they clock the football, get an extra 5 yards because the Giants weren't on sides. And then a good play design here is they're probably trying to work the sideline with just 18 seconds left. You are, flirting with, the clock running out, not being able to spike it. They get to the perimeter, but then look at just the urgency to get the ball spotted so that they can clock it to give, an opportunity for Will Lutz to kick the game winner. I just think the operation in the poise to handle it that way. You heard Bo Nix say, he hadn't won a game like that in Denver. Well, he has now. And so I think the resolve, the grit, and the determination to kind of play through, to deal with, struggling to play that way at the end was pretty impressive.
Yeah, a huge moment for that team to be able to win that game and what that would do for them going forward. But for the Giants, brutal loss may be an understatement, Tim. Let's listen to Jackson Dart after that game. And as you would imagine, his emotions were felt.
I never felt like we were going to lose the game. So, I looked at the clock when they scored. I said, dang, we got a lot of time left. And, geez, I had no doubt that we were going to go down there and score. But yeah.
Tim, he's right, though. Why would he ever thought they were going to lose that game? They're up 19-0 going into the fourth quarter. How did they allow that to happen?
Well, a couple of plays by Dart allowed that to happen. The turnover, the interception to Shannon was brutal because of where it happened, and because it's a quick score for Denver. And then it's a quick 3-and-out after that when you have an opportunity for the conversion. The difference between Bo Nix and Jackson Dart is, on the third down, Nix allows his receiver to put his hands on the football. Dart overthrows his. And so the quick scores turn it around. And in the National Football League, listen, I know, we've seen the numbers in terms of scoring 33 points in the fourth quarter. It's unlikely, all of that. But when you're on the road against a good opponent, critical mistakes end up costing you the football game.
When things are going bad, these are the type of games that happen to those type of teams, and that's where the Giants are right now. They're trying to get out of this hole, whatever they're in, but they end up giving away this game in Denver. All right, Tim, I want to get your take on another game of note from Sunday.
Okay,
you are,
but go ahead. All right.
Demaryius Thomas went into the Ring of Honor today. Demaryius Thomas passed. He was 33 years of age. How many points did they score in the fourth quarter, OJ?
33. That ain't. Hey, listen, that ain't number God. For those that are conspiracy theorists, I buy that one. I buy that one.
The Broncos scored 33 points in the fourth quarter to come back and beat the Giants 33-32. 3 lead changes in the final 2 minutes. Prior to today, teams had lost 1,600 in 2 games, consecutive games, when trailing by at least 18 points with 6 minutes to play. The Broncos' 33 fourth quarter points were the most points in the fourth quarter by any team that has been shut out the first 3 quarters in NFL history. We did that.
Y'all did.
We did that.
Y'all did.
Ocho, before we get into discuss this game, cameras caught a very ticked off Brian Burns leaving the field. Let's try to listen to what he had to say. I guess we're not gonna be able to try to hear what he had to say.
I know I'm not deaf, but I sure don't hear nothing. I can see his mouth moving though.
Yeah, we didn't get the audio. So Bo Nix was 27 of 50, 279, 2 touchdowns. The Broncos ran the ball 24 times for $142. Cortland Sutton, big game, 6 catches, 87 yards. Marvin Mims Jr., 6 catches, 85 yards. Evan Ingram, everybody was big that final drive. It was huge. And the Broncos pull out Jackson Dart. I was like, bro, look, man, I just knew it was over, Ocho, because when he threw the pass across the middle, the Broncos guys break it up, and here come 84 from the Giants. Get the ball and turn up the sideline and go 41 yards. I said, you know what? It ain't for us today. It ain't for us. It ain't for us. But you know what? That's one thing about Mile High. They got ghosts in Mile High. They got ghosts in Mile High. And if you a Bronco fan, if you've witnessed games, you've seen the Broncos dig themselves out. Whether it was John Elway, whether it was Craig Morton, whether it was Peyton Manning. Hey, Tim Tebow, you've seen some unbelievable comebacks in that stadium. And today was unlike any other that I've ever seen from the Broncos. Ocho, what did let's take it from the Giants perspective, because Jackson Dart was 15 of 33, 283, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked 4 times. They ran the ball 32 times for $119. Wan'Dale Robinson was 6 for 95. Bellinger was 3 for 88. Scatterbo ended up catching a 13-yard touchdown on third and 11. From the Giants, where did the Giants go wrong? What did they do wrong?
I think, you know what, every play counts. We always talk about that and how turnover sometimes is costly and they make you pay double. You know, for a team to be able to come back 33 in the fourth quarter, field goals that are missed. Field goals that are missed, obviously early in the game.
Them PATs.
Yeah, those PATs, they cost you, huh? They cost you on the back end. Outside of that, Jackson Dart, what you want to do, you want to protect the ball. You want to protect the ball. You can't throw interceptions. But what you see from him, Monk, and just giving you a chance. When giving you a chance offensively, having a nice healthy balance of the run and the pass, and then him being able to be a dual threat and make plays with his legs, extending plays, looking downfield, and doing some of the things he did toward the end of the game. Outside of that, you know, defensively, you know, 33 points
33.
In one quarter. In one quarter,
Yeah.
not over a span of an entire game, but that comes down to, listen, defensively, we got to be a little tight knit. We got to be a little tight knit, and obviously in those situations as well, offensively, you want to hold the ball, you want to chew some of that clock out. You want to chew some of that clock out, so they're not able to come back, you know, from a deficit like that in just one goddamn quarter. So I think this is a learning experience for Jackson Dart, with it being just his 4th start. But I think they're going to be all right, man. For one thing, even though they lost the game, you have to feel good as a Giants fan. You have to feel good.
You got something special.
You got something very special.
Scatterbo gonna have to understand, Ocho. You can't run over everybody, or you'll have no memory by the time you're 25. I understand that. Look, everybody to play in the NFL, everybody have a certain level of toughness. Now, I ain't telling you what somebody told me. I'm telling you what I know.
Would you say,
you don't have to prove how tough you are. It's okay.
You say you can't do what?
Hey, he ain't gonna be able to remember his name at 25. He keep on trying to headhunt people. But they found their quarterback. They've identified their quarterback, and he was phenomenal.
Absolutely.
He was really good today. He made the one mistake, and the one thing that you can't have happen, even if you punt the ball away, you make them drive. You let them get the ball back, and they only have to go 20 yards for a touchdown. So now you minimize the amount of time that you've used off the clock. If you punt that ball away, Ocho, and they got to drive 80 yards, so be it. Unless you give a, you say nothing cheap, nothing deep.